Hey, welcome back to Your All I Need podcast. You have Joe and Lo in the house. How you doing, Joe?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We have another episode 2 of season 2 for today. But before we get into our interview with an amazing couple, we're going to go into a little sanctified and secular.
Yeah.
And so for today's sanctified and secular, I would say it's a little spiritual. We're gonna add another S to it because it's secular. It's not religious per se, but the person conducting this interview that we're gonna discuss is a spiritual being that I've come to know in the music industry.
Okay, I didn't know you knew her like that.
I know her music, But
anyway.
Before we introduce this sanctified secular, I kind of want to preface because I like to I take pride in cooking and the process of cooking, and it's kind of therapy for me. And so I've created this playlist called Cooking with Fire, and the couple that we're going to talk about just happens to have a song on my Cooking with Fire playlist that I play every time I'm in the kitchen cooking, because one of their songs is titled Eat. And so it's appropriate.
I don't know what that has to do with sanctified and secular. And
I didn't actually know. Like when I put that song on the playlist, I didn't know they were married. And so it's really interesting for me to find out that they were married and they've been doing songs together and they have this life together.
So let's just jump to it.
Yeah,
the couple. So I have become obsessed with this couple. They may be new to some, but they have really been in the music game for a while. So Tobe Nwigwe and his wife Fat, they are out of Houston. They're artists. They, as Lo mentioned, they have a song called Eat. Tobe
Let's listen to a little bit of the song.
Oh, so it's look. I eat beats, watch me dining, shining. I illuminate the rooms that I'm in, timing. Low-key ain't more crucial than alignment. That's why the flow is intertwined with both and I'm defiling every beat I'm on, even though I know it's wrong to treat rappers like a napkin after I pissed on commodes. Then I wipe what's on the toilet, can't decipher if you know that my life is tied to giving hoodlums life despite the hoes that their sights are fixed upon and give them pipe out of control. But the plight we abide in has almost wiped our frontal lobe of our heritage. Rare kids like me who grew up savage, they got embarrassed when they went to their partner crib and seen they mattress had a bed frame. Shout out to those who told me Tobe was a pet name. Tobe Nwigwe is my correct name. Praise God for follies of my colleagues that embody everything I overcame, blowing that ganji to suppress.
Yeah, look, hit the ground running like a halfback. Mad black, P365 in my knapsack. Blast that, all who tried to harm me, I don't scrap that. I dropped 2 kids and I still snap back. Yeah, had to have these girls don't think my pen dead. Hard to sleep on me like a twin bed. Was broke, now I ball like a skinhead. You only get one shot, that's what Slim said. Only had one wish, worth the Ray J to vacate. Anything that gave way to poverty. You could tell I move with sovereignty. Obviously, I'm an anomaly. Every bar I speak a novelty. Yeah, we don't ride the wave, we create it. This how we made it to Beyonce playlist. Tobe used to have some open cases, but now we got a crib with open space.
So I love that song. It gets me hype every single time. But one of the really cool things, not only are they just culturally dope and relevant, but they're also they have an amazing unit. And one of the, I hate to say unique or rare things about their dynamic, but one of the things that they take a different approach is that they really uplift family and the whole aspect of the family unit. Tobe goes hard in the paint for Fat goes hard for Tobe, and it's just like their social media stuff is hilarious. And I just love how he uplifts her and she uplifts him. And so over the last week, Tobe has been sharing just some videos, more of like a deeper look into their relationship. And one of the videos he posted, Erykah Badu, shout out to Erykah Badu, she was interviewing them, and she asked Tobe basically like, man, like what is it about Fat that, you take her everywhere? Like you guys do everything together. You just have, such a it's rare to see that. And
Erykah Badu is the spiritual being that I was speaking of earlier too.
we know. But
let's
Fat,
listen to a little bit of the interview.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing the world how to love a woman and put her right beside you. I'm lightweight scared of her.
No, man.
What do you have to be doing, Fat,
Come on.
to make Tobe take you everywhere?
Come on.
I'm talking about even on the stage.
Yes.
It has to be an explanation.
I really think it stems from a really solid friendship.
Yeah.
And this is before he was doing music, and he was in a real transition in his life.
Sure.
She mean I was broke. I was very
Yes, no,
broke.
yes,
broke
yes,
and
you
broken.
were. But
Yeah.
I saw his work ethic and his ambition, and so he saw that unconditional love. Like I loved him with nothing.
It's rare to find somebody that love your stinky drawers.
Yeah. The chemistry is beautiful
Yeah.
and undeniable. I think because you had to be awfully secure in order to hold someone.
Yeah.
So I love Fat's response when she talked about how, they have a solid friendship first. Like that is their foundation, outside of God and all of those things, but their friendship. And I love that because it reminded me so much of our relationship, which a lot of couples oftentimes, and we, we've been married going almost 9 years, and we have couples who have been in our life who are still together, who have gone through highs and lows. In life, we have some couples that didn't make it, and are no longer together. But one of the things that, sticks out and that's common is the friendship piece of it. And if you really have that friendship, I remember in the beginning of me and Lo, and even now, people still say this to me now. They're like, man, you go everywhere with Lo, or like, you don't get upset with like y'all, hanging out with his friends and y'all doing everything together. And my response always is like, he's really my friend. Like we actually like hanging out together. We, of course we like to have our space sometimes, but I really don't mind kicking it with him. And I like going, out and partying and doing the things with him, because at the end of the day, like we're really friends. And when we started dating, we really did have that solid friendship that Fat and Tobe, that they spoke of. And so that was something that I was like in awe of, and their relationship, like I said, is just super dope. Another video, Fat talks about just their parenting dynamic and how she understands her role as a woman and as a wife and just as a mother, and how, she talks a little bit about submission, of how their dynamic is God, Tobe, her, and then the kids, and how, she's like, Tobe listens to God and I listen to Tobe. Like I follow what he says and we go. I share my vision, my thoughts, but I follow him, and that's how our dynamic works. So pretty dope couple to look out for. If you haven't heard of them, you should check them out.
But I would like to just add that to the friendship piece, like me and Joe have always talked about how we weren't checking for each other at the beginning of our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that we had that solid friendship first before we even decided to date or entertain a relationship between the two of us. And that's just evolved. We never let that friendship go. Like we kept that intact the entire time. But I haven't been stalking Tobe and Fat,
is that what you call it?
like Jahari has, but I am very interested in learning more about their relationship and their artistry and just who they are, because they do definitely seem like a very dope couple, and seem like they just have some nuggets to share and have positive energy that definitely attracts people to learning more about their relationship.
Yeah. And Tobe, if you aren't familiar with his, like all of his other music, if you have heard the phrase "try Jesus," not me because I throw these hands. That was Tobe who came up with that song, and he did it like it came out like in the midst of the pandemic, and everyone kind of caught on to it. It was a whole thing. So that's who I'm talking about.
Tobe was famous before.
No, he was, but I'm saying like that phrase, like "try Jesus, not me," because I throw hands. Like that's where that came from.
I don't
Tobe.
even know that phrase, so
it's a song.
I'm out of the loop.
Let me play the song for you, so you should.
Don't worry about it. I'll listen to it later. Like I said, I'm gonna dive a little deeper into their artistry and everything.
It's good stuff.
Can you stop? Yeah, that's Sanctified Secular. And so we're going to go into our interview today, and we have an amazing couple, a couple that we definitely adore. They are two of the most amazing, inspirational people that you probably ever met, and they know how to turn up in a very positive, upbeat, enlightening way. Like they're always gonna put you in good spirits whenever you're around.
I feel like they embody, like if Sanctified and Secular was a person, this would be them.
I do too. So we're going to talk to Yasmin and Sean Woods today.
Yeah.
And let's get to the interview.
All right.